Don't waste your time. Everyone in the village knew Ramesh as a kind and friendly young man. He was intelligent, polite, and always smiling. However, he had one habit that slowly ruined his future. He never respected time. Whenever someone asked him to finish an important task, he would smile and say, "I'll do it tomorrow." Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. Before he realized it, years had passed. His father often warned him, "Son, remember one thing. Time is like a flowing river. Once it passes, it never returns." Ramesh would laugh and reply, "Dad, don't worry. I'm still young. I have plenty of time." His father smiled sadly, because he knew that one day his son would understand the value of those words. After graduating from college, Ramesh dreamed of getting a good job. He filled out application forms for several companies. Every interview ended with the same advice: you need better communication skills, improve your computer knowledge, gain some practical experience. Instead of working on those skills, Ramesh spent most of his days watching television, scrolling endlessly through social media, playing mobile games, and meeting friends at the local tea shop. Every evening he promised himself that he would start studying the next morning. But the next morning never became the day he imagined. Months passed. Then another year passed. One by one, his classmates found jobs. Some became teachers. Some became software engineers. Others started small businesses. Their lives slowly improved while Ramesh continued waiting for the right time. His closest friend, Arjun, was very different. Arjun had never been the top student in school. In fact, Ramesh usually scored better marks than him. But Arjun understood something that Ramesh never did. He understood the value of every single hour. He woke up early every morning. Before going to work, he spent 30 minutes reading books. He practiced spoken English every evening. On weekends, he learned Microsoft Excel, accounting software, and financial analysis through free online courses. Whenever he had free time, he invested it in learning something new instead of wasting it. 5 years later, Arjun became a financial analyst in a multinational company. His salary increased every year. He bought a small apartment for his parents. He purchased his first car. He traveled to different cities for work. Meanwhile, Ramesh was still telling everyone, "One day I'll become successful." One evening, their school organized a reunion. After many years, old classmates gathered together to share stories about their lives. Some arrived in expensive cars. Some came with their families. Others spoke proudly about their businesses and careers. Everyone laughed and shared memories from school. Eventually, someone asked Ramesh, "So what are you doing these days?" For a few seconds, he remained silent. Then he forced a smile and replied softly, "I'm still trying to decide my career." The conversation moved on, but those words stayed in his mind throughout the evening. For the first time in his life, he felt ashamed. Nobody had stopped him from becoming successful. Nobody had stolen his opportunities. He had simply wasted his own time. The next morning, he visited his grandfather, who was sitting peacefully under a large banyan tree outside the village. His grandfather looked at his face and immediately understood that something was troubling him. "What happened, Ramesh?" he asked. Ramesh lowered his head. "Grandfather, everyone I studied with is moving ahead in life. I feel like I'm standing in the same place, His grandfather quietly picked up 2 small seeds lying on the ground. He planted one seed immediately. The second seed remained in his hand. Then he looked at Ramesh and asked, "If I plant this seed today, when will it become a tree?" Ramesh answered, "After several years." His grandfather nodded. "And what if I wait 5 years before planting the second seed? Then it will become a tree 5 years later." His grandfather smiled. "Exactly. The seed is your dream. The soil is your opportunity. The water is your daily effort. If you never plant the seed, don't expect to sit under its shade." Those simple words changed Ramesh forever. The following morning, he woke up before sunrise. Instead of checking his phone, he exercised. Instead of watching television, he read books. Instead of wasting hours online, he practiced English speaking. He learned Microsoft Excel. He improved his typing speed. He completed free accounting and finance courses. He practiced interview questions every day. At first, it wasn't easy. Many mornings he wanted to sleep longer. Many evenings he wanted to return to his old habits. Sometimes he wondered whether all his hard work would ever make a difference. Whenever those thoughts appeared, he remembered his grandfather's words. "Plant the seed today," so he continued. Every day he became just 1% better than the day before. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into a year. One day, a company announced openings for an accounts executive. Earlier, Ramesh would have ignored the advertisement because he lacked confidence. This time, he submitted his application immediately. He prepared seriously for the interview. During the interview, the manager asked him, "What changed your life?" Ramesh smiled and answered honestly, "I stopped waiting for tomorrow." A few days later, Ramesh received the job offer. It wasn't the highest paying job in the world, but it was the beginning of a completely new life. He worked sincerely. He always reached the office before time. He completed every task before the deadline. He accepted feedback without making excuses. He kept learning new accounting software, financial reporting, taxation, and communication skills. Every year he improved. 3 years later, he was promoted. 2 years after that, he became a senior accountant. His salary increased. He bought a comfortable home for his parents. He fulfilled dreams that once seemed impossible. Years later, his old school invited him as a guest speaker. Hundreds of students gathered to listen to his story. One student stood up and asked, "Sir, what is the biggest mistake young people make?" Ramesh smiled. Then he said, "Most people believe they have plenty of time. They waste today because they think tomorrow will always be there. But success belongs to those who respect today." He paused for a moment before continuing. "If you waste 1 hour every day, you lose more than 365 hours in a year. That is more than 15 complete days of your life. Imagine what your life would look like if you invested those hours in reading, learning, exercising, or improving your skills." The entire hall became silent. Every student listened carefully. Ramesh looked at them and gave one final message. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for next month. Don't wait for next year. Start today. Read 1 page. Learn 1 new word. Practice 1 new skill. Save a little money. Help someone. Improve yourself. Every single day, he smiled and added, "Money lost can be earned again. A job lost can be found again, but time lost can never be returned. The students stood up and applauded. Many of them later said that those few minutes changed the way they looked at life. From that day onward, Ramesh always remembered one simple truth. Time is life's greatest treasure. Every minute you waste is a minute of your future that you can never get back. Success doesn't belong to the smartest people. It belongs to those who value every single day,